I have to say, a thing that's probably going to be very unpopular, particularly with the nostalgic fans out there. Daryl Sutter should not be our coach anymore. I may or may not have said this on this particular forum. I know I've said it to many friends of mine. And here's why. We can't string any kind of sets of wins in a row at all to save our lives. And when you have players like Anze Kopitar, Jonathan Quick, granted, Quick's been out for 60 games this season, but still, when you're have Ben Bishop in that as well, and he couldn't get his first Kings win until 2 games ago, and you have people who should be able to score like Kopi and Toffoli and Jeff Carter and Tanner Pearson and even Drew Doughty, not the best scorer, but the Norris Trophy winner of last season. When you have players with names that big and contracts that big who can't get a puck in the net to save their lives, there is perhaps something wrong with the coaching. And while I do not discredit anything that Sutter has done for us, from 2012 to 2014, the Kings were amazing. You don't win 2 Stanley Cups and come within a couple of games of winning the Western Conference Final in 3 years without having an amazing coach at your bench. But the 3 years after that, didn't make the playoffs, won 1 game in the first round and then was knocked out. And then this season, not going to make the playoffs. That's not all of the players. It's still essentially the same team that played with us and won in 2014. So unfortunately, I think Sutter's got to be the one to go. I don't think he's effective anymore. The Kings have been shut out 10 times this season. 10. That's not counting the losses where they could kind of scrounge up 1 goal maybe. 10 times, losing only to, or I guess beating, I don't really know. The Avalanche have had 12. The Colorado Avalanche, who are having their worst season in history right now, who couldn't win to save their lives any more than the Kings could. The Avalanche is not the team you want to be compared to or be catching up to in any kind of statistics. So with that rant out of the way, I'll start on my Marian Gaborik rant, shall I? Because, dear God, where the hell is that player from 2014? He has, I can't even describe what he was doing tonight. He was the reason for the first goal against, which is in the second period, and I'll get to that. But man, Gaborik, Vegas, please take him off our hands. He is no longer doing anything for the Kings, and it's like he's not even trying to. It drives me crazy. So it started out okay. You know, the Rangers aren't really in a playoff spot either, so there was that great flashback to 2014 where they were both doing really well and we won. Yay. But yeah, then things all kind of went downhill from there, so that sucked. It was one of those games where the Kings really dominated pretty well. We had a new player in our lineup tonight. I'm not going to be able to pronounce his name correctly. Brodzinski? If you're familiar at all with the Ontario Reign, you know who this guy is. He was very solid in the 2 minutes and 39 seconds that he got to play in the first period. I liked what I saw. He seems kind of fast, not skating down the Ice McDavid fast, but just really solid guy. Did a lot of good things on the ice. Didn't panic in his first NHL game. So I was really happy to see him come up and do something. And if we're testing out players for next season because we're gonna lose some people, I'm pretty happy with him as a replacement to somebody else. So that all kind of stopped, though, when Jake Muzzin took a penalty. And I know he's having an off season, so whatever. He takes the penalty, and it's not that the Rangers scored on it, because they didn't. But they did kind of take all of our momentum away. And all of the good things that the Kings were doing, like controlling the neutral zone and actually being on the right side of forechecks and that kind of thing, that fell by the wayside. Jonathan Quick came up really big once and then didn't have to come up big for the rest of the PK, so that was nice. But then the Rangers kind of basically dominated the rest of the first period, and coming into the second period, didn't look like the Kings were going to be able to get anything in the back of net then either. Sure enough, the first Rangers goal came after about 3 different breakaways that the Kings had. Toffoli had one, his stick got tied up or something. Brodinski, that guy, he had one and almost buried his own rebound. The whole crowd was on their feet because they want to see this guy succeed, because we love new blood in the team, and it was, we wanted to be inspired. First NHL game, first almost goal, and not quite. So that doesn't happen, but literally, like, that shift, the puck, then there's a turnover from Gaborik, and the puck goes down the other end, and the Rangers get a chance, and they get the rebound, and you see Jonathan kind of trying to make his body as big as he possibly can to stop it. And he can't, and so it's 1-0 Rangers, in which the Kings have been dominating the shot totals and all that kind of thing that you expect from a Kings game, where we're like, oh, we're doing so good, but we're just not getting pucks in the back of the net. We're going to give up one stupid goal and lose this game, aren't we? Yeah, we are. Except it wasn't just one. We go into the third period, and Kings are, again, getting all the chances and not doing a damn thing with them. We make other goaltenders look so good. It's crazy making to me. So nothing's happening. Andreoff takes a 4-minute minor. High sticking, draws blood. I said some words I can't say on this because this is more family friendly. Within 4 seconds of the first penalty, they get their second goal. 4 seconds. Won a face-off, took a shot, bam, underneath Quick's legs, 2-0. And this is just enough time in the second period, considering the way the Kings have been shooting, that they're not going to be able to score 3 goals in this period to be able to win the game. Maybe 1, maybe 2 to tie it up and take our chances in overtime. Maybe. Because honestly, Quick had been pretty much a beast throughout most of this. The Kings should have been able to give him more support offensively so that we didn't get in a position where we were down 2-0. But that wasn't happening. So we killed off the second of Andreoff's minors, but didn't matter because, like I said, we were making Raanta look phenomenal, just peppering him all around the net there and nothing going. I should probably mention that first goal was also a very lucky goal because it should have been icing and the puck should never have still been in play, but whatever. No use crying over spilt milk because, like I said, the Kings got shut out, so it doesn't matter how many goals they scored. The Kings scored none, and you can't win hockey games doing that. There wasn't even a Chris Sutter dance cam. Chris wasn't there, so there was literally nothing good about this game.